Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. If you'd like to support the channel even further, hit that join button next to the horror shark icon and join the channel for as little as $1.99 a month. It would greatly help me out and I would really appreciate it. So definitely check it out and let's get started. Horror has an inside source. Terror from the sky. This is the 2021 novel by Brian G. Barry, and is his second or third book in the Splatter Fiend series. It's hard to keep track of how his bibliography is released. Regardless, it's my third installment in the Brian G. Barry files. Let's get into it. The plot, set in 1990 on a small coastal town. A deadly force has fallen from the sky. Strange things begin to occur immediately, and the bodies begin to pile up. Can the sheriff, his right-hand deputy, and a government agent stop this unbelievable horror? And will they discover its origin, and if so, how close to home will it actually be? Black sheets of slimy menace slather upon hapless victims. The ooze is out of control, and normal weaponry is found to be powerless against them. Who you gonna call? Brian G. Barry! Sign me the hell up! Why my thumbnail doesn't really have a creature that fits the description of the creature in this book, or creatures. It was the closest I could find and tried to edit in a way where it would make sense. The only other creature I could think to compare it to are the sea vampires from Beast from the Bering Sea. You know, that Sci-Fi Channel flick. As well as the Blob from 1988. There are many things I would consider positive about this book. But let's get into the somewhat decent before diving into the good. Things are not overly explained in this book, but they sometimes feel that way. Expressive and descriptive words are a bit too commonplace and flowery, but they do work. It may take some of the readers out of it, though. There are several different kind of masses, I think. It was kind of hard to tell if there were, or if they were all just moving about in different areas and different shapes. Also, when people see crazy stuff, their minds snap instantly. I get it, it's shocking, it's horrible, but calm yourselves. Only a handful of people don't lose it, and most of them are part of the government, those stone-faced agent bastards. I get the Lovecraft reference, but unless Cthulhu is rising out of the ocean, I want some sanity in my insane book. For the characters, we have Sheriff Laskin, who is too old for this shit. He dons the badge, but he quickly begins to second-guess his mind and mental state, after seeing so many gruesome aftermaths, followed by the horrors that unfold in a most unfortunate and ugly way. The manners on which these people are killed are ghastly. He knows he has a duty, and he tries to perform his tasks to the best of his capabilities, of course. But there is only so much one can take. Meanwhile, Deputy Clarkson sees and hears just as much as he does, the sheriff, and he's pretty sane throughout. He keeps it together much better. He's integral to the story and accompanies the sheriff along for the ride. He's like the looming shadow over the sheriff, much like this threat is to the town. And no, that's not symbolism. Agent Wolf is a member of the government, who is basically a one-man cleanup crew. He is harboring a dark secret that took me by surprise, actually. I was expecting a simple reveal like, oh, he's this. But what we got? Wow, way more bonkers. Jonathan Steele is a commander of sorts. He is in charge of the mission and is there to clean up their little hiccup. There's also a militia formed by Vietnam vets, and it kind of goes nowhere. Man, that shit fizzles out faster than they realized, hey, we're losing Vietnam. That subplot was unneeded in the long scheme of things. It feels like it was written in there to have a bigger purpose in the end, but then there was no way to fit it. So just throw it out. It's still there, and it still has an execution, but why? And to think they only wanted to know what was destroying their peaceful little town. When I started this book, I didn't know it took place in the ocean, or on the ocean, on the coast, so it had already won points over me. Then the characters explore the parks, the sandy dunes, the shores, the marshes. and it all felt really nice and grounded. What must have not felt nice, though, were those nasty creatures melting the characters into mush. Those poor civilians! Let's get into it, shall we? The gore! Bodies are decomposed, flesh is ripped, and the limbs are torn. The Fantil creatures cause some serious damage before you die. To get into the creatures a bit more, they're black blankets, pretty much. Living organisms flatly formed into square-shaped slaughterers. It's really cool, yeah, kinda weird. It really did remind me of the sea vampires. They have their little capes attached. Bleh. They have mouths and teeth and claws, but their shape, to me at least, seemed like the world's wettest kite. There's even mention of possibly dropping them into enemy territory like parachutes. Are they their own parachutes? Because if I saw that shit falling towards me, I'd laugh my ass off before getting killed. For the proposed film score, Harold Closer, who composed Alien vs. Predator, composed some quite moving pieces for that film. And I feel they would fit nicely in a story like this. They'd feel important and carry weight, given the dire situation of the story. I'd like some more deep aquatic sounds added into it, though. Give it a real oceanic overtone. Overall, this is a pretty good one. While my favorite from Brian G. Berry so far is The Child Eater that I've read, listening to it has to be Snow Shark. The Shack is in second place, minus Snow Shark. So if I were to count them all, Snow Shark, Child Eater, The Shack. This was still a good read. It does end on another dour note, which I hope isn't par for the course for this author's books, because I like a happy ending once in a while. Plus, if everyone just has a bad outcome, there's no stakes. It'd be way too predictable and there would be no suspense in that case. Still, check this one out for a goopy, gory, good old time. Thank you all for watching. You've been watching Sharkgrass Entertainment. If you've read any of Brian G. Berry's books, let me know what you think of them in the comment section below. Well, I love his books. And also make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, incoming! Subscribe. Bleh.